All right, what's going on, everybody? I've got some quick updates for you. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this today because I'm very busy today. Unfortunately, I don't have the keys to this. I know you probably are not interested in the automatic RX8 anymore, which is sad because this is still a damn good RX8, especially for the money I paid for it. First of all, if you can see in that window there, which you probably can't, but we have tires. I got two tires, those Falcon. You can't see it, and the doors are locked. So anyway, we're going to replace those two tires so that this thing has a good set of tires. Then Friday, which will be tomorrow, this thing is going into the dealer. It's got recalls on the airbags. The Takata airbags that kill people and rip their faces off are in this vehicle, so it's very dangerous to drive this. It's also got a fuel leak that apparently can cause the thing to catch fire and possibly explode. Mazda's going to take care of that. Once we get all that done, we got to put a battery in it because I stole the battery, the new battery out of this one, and I stuck it in that one. And the battery's just dead. We couldn't recondition it, so we need a new battery. Once that's done, I'm probably going to take it in and get a four-wheel alignment. What I think is happening is we have a camber issue on this side. This side sits way lower, and this side sits normal. I think you can see that. So pretty sure it just needs a camber adjustment, and it's usually a good idea to get cars aligned. This is something most people just don't think about doing. So when you get a car, any car, good idea to take it in. We know the suspension is solid on this one. And speaking of suspension, we're going to talk about some problems that I found on the other RX8, and I'm a little upset about it. All right, so to start out with, the muffler under here is an aftermarket muffler. This is not the same muffler that's on my other RX8. This one sounds pretty damn amazing. The other one's really quiet. I don't know if I feel like climbing under here and swapping that out. Honestly, I can tell you I really don't feel like swapping it out. But I want to show you something. Look at the suspension under here. All right, that big bar that you're looking at right in the very front of your screen is a lower control arm. At least I believe that's the lower control arm. I could be wrong. Anyway, we've got two bars that we're looking at. One is this one right here, and then the other one is way back in the back there. You can see it attaches to the wheel and to the side. Both of these are the lower ones. Hopefully you can look at those and see that they are pretty dang straight. All right, and this is where I get really upset. Say hi, Tim.
Hi.
You know, Copart is not careful with cars, and this is not a Copart bashing video by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still happy that I got a good deal on these cars. You know, I'm not complaining about the deal. It's just sometimes my brother and I were there yesterday, and we were watching a forklift driver with a car, and the car was just bouncing. I mean, just like carelessly bouncing up and down, almost all the way to the ground. And if you look under here, I'm sure most of you can see we have a serious problem. That control arm is completely bent on this car. It is bent badly. Not only is the control arm bent, but if you look past it to this other bar right here, it is bent as well, severely. Also, look at the gas tank. You may be able to see we have stuff leaking off of it. That is not good either. But as if that wasn't enough, let's take a look under this side. Again, this control arm is bent right here. See the arch? Not only is that one bent, but we also have this rod back here bent to hell and back as well. And if you look over here at the gas tank again, do you see the stuff running off of it, just pouring down it? That is gasoline. So we have a severely leaking gas tank. We have pretty much a trashed rear suspension, and that rear suspension is trashed because of Copart. It looks like they picked it up with the forks, and it just totally smashed it. Now luckily I climbed under the front here. Front looks to be okay, but this rim, look how bad this is right here. This rim is just, this is bad. This rim is probably shot. Gonna have to look at something to do with these. It rides smooth. It doesn't vibrate. I haven't had it on the highway yet, but I've had it up to, well, actually, without the highway, I've had it up to like 65 miles an hour, and I didn't feel any vibrations. But regardless, that is a very bent rim. here she is. We took it through a quick automatic car wash, nothing else. So this is how she turned out. We haven't done any waxing or anything like that, but it came out very, very clean, which I knew it would. My brother and I cleaned out the interior, we cleaned out the trunk. We also noticed, I don't know if you can see this, in fact I know you can't see it, but anyway, when you hit the brakes in here, it says zoom, zoom. LED, zoom, zoom. I thought that was really, really cute, you know. My brother noticed that when he was following behind me. The front suspension, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'll see if I can get you guys a pretty quick shot under here, but the heat index out here is 105 degrees. Look at these coolers right here. I think they just look gorgeous with this this mesh over them. The heat index is 105 right now, and my brother and I have been out here doing yard work a good portion of the day. So climbing under here, there's the control arm. You can see some scratching on it. That's from the forks at Copart. Sucks, but that's what it is. But the control arm under here seems to be fine. I don't see anything wrong on the underbelly of this car. I'll take you to the other one, have a look at it real quick. Let me tell you something. Sitting on this ground is hot. Really, really hot. But looking under here, I don't see anything wrong with any of the suspension on this side either. So everything appears to be good on the front, which kind of begs the question, why is the front wheel tilted? Why is the steering wheel tilted like that? I don't really know. Take a quick look at the interior, and of course it's locked. Unlock her real quick, open it up so you can have a look at what we did. We got the interior cleaned out, not cleaned up, but we cleaned all the junk out of it. So here it is. Popped the trunk. We got all the junk out of the trunk as well. Hooked up my diagnostic reader down there because we finally threw a check engine light, and I'm happy to report the check engine light is only one code, and that code is for the second oxygen sensor heater circuit. So the downstream O2 sensor has gone bad, and that's it. That's the only code we got. No big deal. We got the floor mats for the back seat. We still need to vacuum this out. Take a look at the other side. You know, she's definitely dirty. We've got our work cut out for us when it comes to cleaning this car, that's for sure. But otherwise, it's in great shape. It just needs a really deep cleaning. That Bose system sounds amazing. I know I mentioned that before, but sounds really good. We've got this cool remote control that apparently I misplaced or stuck somewhere. This car comes with a very interesting key fob. I was hoping to show it to you, but it's in the shape of a very flat remote control, and I don't see it, so I must have put it somewhere. But it's a flat remote control, and it's got like keyless start or something. Where did I put these parts? They're missing. There's a piece that goes over the ignition here. As you can see, that doesn't look like a regular ignition because there's a piece that goes over it, and I guess the car knows when you have the key in the car. Unfortunately, it's missing the battery to that remote control. When I find it, I'll show it to you guys in a different video. But anyway, there she is. I already ordered all the parts for the back end of this car, and they weren't the easiest to find, but I got them used on eBay for about $250, which I thought was kind of steep for four metal rods. But there's different ones. There are ones that have the DSC, and then there are ones that do not have the DSC. So because this one has DSC, I ended up having to buy the ones that are a little harder to locate. But either way, I got them about $250 for the parts to repair the back end. Hopefully the front end is going to be fine. It's going to cost me probably $100 or so for an alignment, maybe 80, 90 bucks. So anyway, we'll get the alignment done, and then hopefully this thing will be squared away. I've had some questions and comments that I'll address real quick. 98,000 miles. Some people have been like, oh, you know, it's at the end of its life. And hey, maybe it is. I don't know. I can't tell you. I will tell you this, though. This thing starts just as quickly cold as it does when it's up to operating temperature. I think the engine in this car is in very good condition. So either someone took exceptional care of it, maybe it's been replaced, I don't know, but it's a strong motor. Next, I kind of have a question for you guys. When I said in a video that this was the top of the line model, I had somebody come back and say, no, it's not top of the line. The GT is the top of the line, not the Shinka. And that seemed to spark a little bit of a debate. And I'm a little curious as to what you guys think as well. The Shinka is, from what I understand, a more rare model than the GT. This is supposedly like a really rare model that came with options that you couldn't even get in a GT. So also, when I looked up Kelley Blue Book value on this, I pulled up Kelley Blue Book and it had two option packages for this car. One was the Shinka, which said it was top of the line, highest priced model. The second one was a base model. There was no GT model for a 2006 RX8. So maybe the GT came out when they redesigned the front end. They basically gave it a little facelift. I don't remember what year that was, but maybe it was 09 or 2010 when they redesigned it, and then they discontinued it completely in 2012. I'm thinking there was not a GT model of this car in 2006, and the Shinka is the top of the line model for this year vehicle. We're gonna have to talk about these rims in a later vehicle. Definitely the two front ones are bent. Wouldn't surprise me if the back ones are bent. You know, we may need to replace them. Maybe I'll try to find some replacement drags that look just like this, because I think the rims look really good. Maybe we'll go back with stock. Maybe we'll put these on this car, that RX8, swap them over. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. I had someone say, hey, take the rims off of your other RX8, put them on this one. I like these because they're black and they're glossy and they match the car. I think the rims look really good. At the same time, these rims were designed for the car. And I know these rims will fit, and I know they've got good tires. So maybe we should take these factory rims off of here, put them on the other one, and just swap them over. Comment below, tell me what you think about that. If you got any answers to my questions, please holler at me, let me know. I've got a yard full of cars here, guys. Look, I've got the Prius here. We've got the 04 RX8 here. We've got the 17 Mustang GT here. We've got the 06 RX8 here. We've got the 2012 Chevy Cruze here. And it's not in the driveway because it's a rental car, and someone literally just dropped it off. I've got to detail it. Then in the morning, someone's picking up to take it. So I usually leave that in the street with the keys in it. I keep it remotely locked from my phone, and then when a customer shows up, they send me a picture of their license so I know it's them. Then I unlock it and they can take the car and zoom zoom. Well, not zoom zoom because it's a Chevy, but that car typically stays in the street just because it's a rental. But I got a lot of cars here, and I've done that thing where I get over my head. I bought too many. Even though the Prius is a personal car, we've got work to do to this one too. I've got a box full of Toyota parts right here. And I said this was gonna be a short video. I got a box of parts from Toyota here, which includes all of the plastics, the new spark plugs. Before I put the plastics back on, I need to go to the Toyota dealership, and I need to pick up the inverter coolant. I need to pick up the engine coolant. I need to pick up the transmission fluid for the CVT, because we're going to drain and fill the CVT fluid. We're going to drain and fill the inverter coolant. We're going to drain and fill the engine coolant. While we've got all these plastics off, we need to knock all of this out. And then we've got to take off this entire assembly, the shroud, everything for the windshield wipers, so that we can get to the spark plugs. And then we've got to decide if we're going to mess with the EGR system. Currently no codes at all on this car. This car is running great, just needs some basic maintenance. So we got work to do to this. We got to get a battery put in this one, an alignment, and then all of the recalls taken care of, especially for those airbags. I will not sell this car to somebody until those airbags are replaced. I refuse to be responsible for some tragic thing happening to somebody or their family. I can't do it. You know, I know cars break, and I know that even with all the recalls done, I can't guarantee that it's going to be a good solid car. Nobody ever could. But I want to make sure I did the best I could to be certain that I gave someone a car that I felt comfortable in. Now that we got the brakes taken care of, I feel better about it. The Mustang, obviously, that car needs nothing. The other one in the back, the RX8, obviously, you guys know we got work to do to that one as well. So I'm going to get out of here. We've got a lot to do. Hopefully we'll get the other, the 06 RX8 clean. Yes, this car is going up for sale. I had a lot of you saying, are you going to sell the automatic? Yes, the automatic's gone. I've also got questions about, are you going to sell the Shinka, the black one? I've had so many of you say that is a rare car, hold on to it. I'll say this for right now, I'm going to hold on to it. Look at this garage. Like I've got to get this garage done. This is a wreck. For now, I'm going to hold on to the black one. That's not to say I'm going to keep it, because this channel really is about buying cars, doing what you got to do to make them decent cars, and then selling. This isn't about, I know the name is rebuilds. This isn't necessarily about tearing cars down to the bare bones, rebuilding them. But if you can find decent cars that are pretty easy to fix up and make some good money on them, I mean, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't I? But for now, yes, I'm going to hold on to the black one for a little while until I decide I need the money and decide to flip it. But for now, I'll keep it for you guys. We got some stuff to do to them. So get ready. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. I'm going to get out of here. As always, if you thought this content was good, give it a thumbs up. If you thought the content sucked, give it a thumbs down. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, everybody. I will catch you all soon in the next one.